Coming up, I'll teach you how to debone and butcher a rear hindquarter of deer, so stick around. Hi, I'm the OCD Hunter, bringing you tips, tricks, DIY hacks, and other useful ways that my OCD can help make your life a little bit more simpler. Before we begin, let me first say, if you are easily offended, turn this video off now. I'm going to show you how I debone and butcher a deer hindquarters so it's ready to package and freeze. And some, well, might consider this to be graphic. So now I've given you ample warning and time to leave this video. So if you stuck around, it's your own fault. Now that I'm off my soapbox, for those of you who are interested, I hope that this and my future deer processing videos can help you to process your own game and help you save money as well as learn this valuable skill. Remember, I'm not a butcher, but I can get the job done. This is my third video in this series. In my first, I showed how to skin a deer, and my second was how to quarter it. If you want to see either one of these videos, check the links above or down in the description. After quartering the deer, one of the pieces you'll end up with is the rear hind quarter. The first thing I do is remove all the fat and silver skin. And since I hang the deer for several days, the exterior of the ham starts to dry out a little bit and discolor. So I removed all that as well. Once this is done, you can see the color of the fresh meat. Now it's time to debone it. If you look at the meat, you will see what is left of the pelvis from quartering the deer out. Next to that bone, there is a groove. I'm going to take my knife and cut right down the side of it all the way across. Then flip it over and continue to follow that line on the other side. Basically, there's a joint right there where you cut, and that's the only thing that's holding now these two pieces of meat together. Next, I'm going to move to the opposite side. Here you see the ligament we had to be careful skinning around. It is connected to the shank of the leg. I'm going to use my knife and expose the shank by cutting along the side of it all the way back to the bone. Once I've done that, I'm going to cut a straight line from this point across to the other side down to the bone. Then flip and finish that cut. If you feel in there, you'll find that there's another joint in this cut. Now flip the leg so it is with the inside of the leg up, so you can see that part of the pelvis bone again. And essentially, we're going to make a cut from one joint to the other. As you slice, you will feel the bone. You want to get your hand in there to start pulling back the meat and start cutting along the bone. As you rotate the thigh, finally, it will be released from the bone and you can pull it out. I'll put the rest of the meat that's on this bone into the grind pile, and then we'll move on to this big hunk of meat we have left. What is basically left here are 4 good cuts of meat, which are simple to separate because of how the muscles attach. First, I'll separate the top round. It's that football-shaped muscle right along the muscle separation. It's a pretty tender piece of meat, and I'll cut it into steaks and cook on the grill. Next, I'll go back to the shank and finish separating it along its muscle line. This will end up in the grind pile. Next, you can see where the next separation point is. This is the top sirloin. I'll slice this into steaks and marinate this on the grill. And finally is the bottom round. This is great to cook at a low temperature for a long time in a crock pot. Connected to this is the eye round roast, which is almost like the tenderloin. I prepare this much like the tenderloin, where I slice it and cook it in a hot pan. And that's how I prepare my cuts for the rear hind quarters to package and freeze. I hope this video helps you out. I'm the OCD Hunter, and I hope that my continual painstaking practice of changing, fixing, and improving on ideas will help you out in your endeavors. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click that bell next to the subscribe button to get notified of new videos. Comments are always welcome.